This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors and Locked On 49ers postcast. But tonight, it was the Giants picking up their 29th win of the season as they beat the Kansas City Royals 3-2 at Oracle Park. And this was Hayden Birdsong's first start of the 2025 season, and he looked great. Only went 5 innings, only 80 pitches as well. I assume they had him on a little bit of a short leash for his first start. Only gave up 1 run and fanned 4. Meanwhile, Willy Adames delivered the biggest hit of the night for the Giants as he laced a triple to right center field in that 4th inning, scoring Heliot Ramos and putting himself in position to score the go-ahead run later on in that inning. And the bullpen, again, was solid. Ryan Walker slammed the door in the 9th, picked up his 9th save of the season. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. And make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. And if you're listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed, appreciate you tuning in there too. However you're getting the show, we appreciate it. And today, man, the Giants, they looked pretty good. I mean, defensively, they were all right. They did have that one error, but other than that, it was okay. I mean, that was basically what led to that 1 run scoring for the Royals. But in this one, the Giants offense, they did just enough to get over the hump. And it really came in that bottom of the 4th inning, which leads me to our turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And in the bottom of the 4th inning, Heliot Ramos was hit by a pitch, gave him first base for free after Jung-Hoo Lee grounded out for the first out of the inning. And Willy Adames got into one, man. I mean, it would have been a home run in plenty of parks around the bigs, smacked a fastball that was high and away on the outer third of the plate right into Triple's alley. And he just went all the way around to third base. Pretty easy triple for him on that swat. And I just loved watching Willy Adames come up with that big clutch hit, set him up for to score later on in that inning as well. Ended up scoring on a Casey Schmidt single that split between the third baseman and the shortstop. Giants went up 2-1, and they got an insurance run later on in the 5th inning after Jung-Hoo Lee singled and scored Mike Yastrzemski after Yaz reached on a single and Wilmer reached base on a fielder's choice, but Vinny Pasquantino threw the ball out there into center field, allowed Mike to get to third base, so the Jung-Hoo Lee single scored him there. Giants needed that extra insurance run because later on in this game, Harrison on the mound in relief gives up a double to Hunter Renfroe in the top of the 8th inning. And then a Jonathan India ground ball moved him over to third base. At that point, the Giants went to Camilo Doval, and he gave up a single to Bobby Witt Jr., which was just a little dribbler. And anybody but Bobby Witt Jr. hits that ball, they're probably out at first base. His wheels really helped him out there. And the Giants slammed the door in that 9th inning. Otherwise, a clean inning for Doval, other than that weird little Bobby Witt Jr. dribbler. And a nice inning from Ryan Walker tonight. I mean, sawed off Salvi Perez for that first out of the inning, is just destroyed that bat. After it broke, the part of the bat that broke went further than the ball that just dribbled out to shortstop. So Giants end up getting out of this one. Mark Canha, forever Giant, ends up making the final out of this game. And Ryan Walker and the rest of the Giants fans go home happy, including me. I was out at the yard tonight. A very, very fun night out at 3rd and King, and just a vibe, man. I first time I've been able to go out and see this year's new City Connects in person. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I'm wearing mine right now, and it was a fun time, man. It was the Jung-Hoo Lee chants, the light show for Ryan Walker. They even had a little mini not as dramatic light show for Camilo Doval, which I've talked about my thoughts on Doval needing a light show. I think that he does a lot better when he's just business as usual, just goes out there. It allows himself to be his usual tranquilo Camilo self. And he looked great tonight. Ryan Walker looked great. Harrison even looked pretty good for that first inning. Really, the only mistake that he gave up was that double to Renfroe. And the Giants, did a great job of limiting the Royals when they were on base today. The Royals had 7 hits in this one, only generate 2 runs. The Giants did a very good job of keeping them off the base paths for the most part and working around them when they were. Only 3 opportunities for the Royals at bat with runners in scoring position. So the Giants did a great job of limiting them on the base paths today. And I just really enjoyed watching Willy Adames play very good baseball today. It wasn't just that triple that he hit. It was also the tags that he made at second base. There were 2 different plays in this game where Patrick Bailey was able to throw down to second base and get the runner out. But both of them were aided by great tags by Willy Adames, especially that last one when Bobby Witt Jr., one of the best base stealers in all of baseball, was trying to swipe second. Adames gets the ball in front of the base, like he's standing in between home and second base, just on the inside of the bag. And he just falls backwards as he's spinning and manages to just barely get Bobby Witt in time. A great play by Willy Adames. And he had another great tag earlier in this one in a similar situation, and a very solid all-around day for Willy Adames. He wasn't the only one making plays in the field, though. Heliot Ramos had a just phenomenal diving catch in left field. I saw on the scoreboard they threw up there that it had a 0% catch probability when Heliot Ramos was able to make that Superman diving catch. And just a great day for a Giants win. And also, as I told you guys last night, the Giants have dropped a ton of first games of these series at home, but they end up winning a lot of them. They're 4-2 in home series this year, despite losing a bunch of game ones of home series. So the Giants, they're just 3-5 in the series opener at home after last night's loss. Yet they're 5-2 in home series this year, not 4-2, 5-2, excuse me. But the Giants, I do expect them to go out tomorrow and have a solid chance to win the rubber match, which is going to be a day game. It's always fun having a day game out at Oracle Park. But they will. The Royals have not announced who their starter is going to be yet. But Logan Webb is going tomorrow, so Webb Day is win day, man. And the Giants are set up nicely to win yet another series at Oracle Park. And it's now 2 wins in a row in the new City Connect. So maybe some of that City Connect magic is starting to come into the fold for the Giants. The one run that Hayden Birdsong gave up tonight was really not his fault. We got to get into that a little bit on the other side. And we also got to give out a player of the game and get into what you'll be talking about. All that coming up next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, buying City Connect jerseys, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. It comes with all sorts of surprising insights. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery, and now I budget smarter, meal prep, and save more. It also gives you all-in-one convenience. So instead of juggling multiple apps, you can just use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code Locked On MLB for half off your first year. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and tonight the Giants have just enough offense to get over the hump against the Kansas City Royals. They win this one 3-2, and Hayden Birdsong was lights out. And I've been going back and forth about who we're going to give tonight's player of the game to between Hayden Birdsong and Willy Adames, but I think it's got to go to Birdsong after the way that he performed tonight.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And I was very, very, very impressed with Hayden Birdsong. He didn't have the high strikeout totals that we've seen from him in the past. He only went 5 innings but he was very, very, very efficient with what he was doing out there on the bump. I mean, he only pitched 80 pitches, 54 of them for strikes, and he got those 4 strikeouts, 2 with the fastball, 2 with the changeup, and he did not give up that much hard contact. Only 5 hard hit balls, and 2 of them came off the changeup, 2 off the fastball, and only 1 off that curveball. So, I mean, he was mixing and matching out there. Birdsong really was utilizing all of his pitches on the mound tonight. I thought he did a great job managing runners in scoring position while he was out there and just limiting the Royals on the base paths in general. The only run that he gave up tonight after a 2-strike single, which, by the way, 4 of the 5 hits that he gave up tonight came with 2 strikes. So if there's anything that you want to nitpick about his night tonight, maybe it's that he just couldn't get that put out pitch over the plate. And when he did, it was generally right down the middle. He was having a hard time hitting those corners with 2 strikes, but I'm okay with that, man. I don't need him to hunt strikeouts. I just need him to go out there and pitch. He's got such good stuff. I need him to just rely on the quality of his pitches because he's got swing and miss stuff, even if it's in the strike zone. And that is a very, very, very good indicator of how good this guy can be. I mean, he, as I said, he threw a ton of different pitches today, 30 fastballs, 20 sliders, 15 changeups, and 15 curveballs. So he was really mixing and matching out there. I did not really give up a ton of hard contact, as I said, on the average exit velo of 87.5. But that 1 run scored after a 2-strike single, put a runner on first. Birdsong went to throw over to first to pick him off. The ball ended up getting away from Lamont Wade Jr. and rolled into right field. Then very next, I think it was the very next pitch. Maybe it was a pitch or 2 later. Pat Bailey couldn't handle a ball that squirted away from him. Runner advances to third base, and then they end up scoring. So I mean, it was not a very eventful offensive night for the Royals. The runner ended up scoring on a sac fly, and by the way, that was ruled a wild pitch by Hayden Birdsong, not a pass ball. So I guess you have to charge that run to Birdsong, obviously, because it's his wild pitch, it's his throwing error. He is the one who allowed that runner to advance all the way to third base. But I mean, without those weird things happening, which I can't imagine he's going to throw the ball into right field too many times on pickoff attempts, and usually he's not up there throwing wild pitches. So you take those 2 things away, he doesn't even give up a run in this game. He was that good. There was barely any hard contact. He dodged bats all night long, and I think he really did have another inning left in him. I was really hoping that he was going to come back out there for the 6th, even though it was clear that he wasn't. The Giants already had 2 guys warming up in the bullpen prior to that end of the 5th inning. But I was really hoping that he'd get a chance to go out there in the 6th inning, mainly because I had the over on the 5.5 strikeouts tonight. I was hoping for a little bit of a bigger payout, but you win some, you lose some. I did hit on the over 3.5 strikeouts that I had mixed in with a couple other things in a prize picks parlay that I had going. So we got that going for me. And Birdsong has a win going for him. His first win in his first start. Second win of the season, but first win as a starter in his first start of the season. He's got a 1.91 ERA on the season, and he looks so good, man. Like, this guy, to me, profiles as the next great young starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. I mean, I'm not going to put him up there with a Timmy or a Matt Cain or a Mad Bum. Let's just let Hayden Birdsong be Hayden Birdsong. This guy, I mean, he's got great strikeout stuff. You see the velo, man. I mean, even tonight, in a night where he's starting, not just coming in relief, he topped out at 98.4 with the 4-seamer. I mean, he looked great. The slider was hitting the low 90s with 91.2 is what it topped out at. All those numbers are pretty similar to where they normally sit when he comes in relief. So no real difference in what he was throwing up there tonight versus what he's been throwing in relief situations. And I really do think that this guy is going to blossom into being the best of the young arms that the Giants have in their system. Carson Whisenhunt looks great in AAA right now, but that's AAA. We can't really glean too much from that until we see what he looks like against big league hitters. We know Kyle Harrison's ups and downs. Landon Roop, you guys know if you listen to the show that I really like Landon Roop. However, I think it is Hayden Birdsong that is going to be the best one of the bunch. He just looks so good, and so he just profiles as a starter. I love the look of a Birdsong too, just a flow. I mean, he's got that the locks, you know what I mean? He looks like a baseball player, and he looks like a great starting pitcher when he's out there on the bump. He just looks overpowering. He overmatches guys with the mix of speed. He can throw 4 different pitches over the plate and get strikeouts with all of them. So I'm just really, really, really high on what I saw from Birdsong tonight. And I think that's what you're going to be talking about going forward.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And what you'll be talking about is Hayden Birdsong is the future of this rotation. I mean, eventually, I think he's going to be the guy who kind of might eventually supplant Logan Webb as the number 1 ace for this rotation as Webb starts to age and maybe become a little bit less effective. And wild to think that's even remotely close to the horizon for Logan Webb. He's just been a Giant for so long now at this point, but it feels like just yesterday this guy was breaking into the bigs. But I expect Webb to be solid for several more years. But I do think Hayden Birdsong has that potential to maybe take over that number 1 ace spot for the Giants. I mean, he is that talented. He has that much potential. I mean, we saw the 12 strikeout game last season, and we know that he's got strikeout capabilities. Once this guy is more built up and he's able to go deeper into games where like when his pitch count gets up to around 100 and the Giants are willing to let him go a little bit deeper, he's going to be really hard to stop, man. Like this guy is going to give you 7-8 quality innings on some nights. And I'm expecting big things from this guy in his career. He's shown me zero indication that he doesn't have the capabilities to do that. I mean, he did have a slump last year in around August, but in the month of September, he bounced back. And that's pretty crazy because usually once young starting pitchers start to gas out from the length of a season, then their arm just kind of goes dead. They don't bounce back in that same season. They go to the bullpen, they have their innings reduced, and they don't really do a whole lot. Birdsong, I mean, he rose like a phoenix in the second half of September. He really locked in and had some nice outings in the last month of the season last year. So I am very excited about this guy. I can't say that enough, man. Hayden Birdsong. I think this guy is the future of the Giants pitching rotation, and he showed it tonight, man. He was great through those 5 innings of work, and the Giants, as I said, just enough offense to come out on top of this one. So Giants pick up a win over the Kansas City Royals, 3-2. They'll have a chance to win this series tomorrow, and it's Logan Webb Day, which means it's probably win day for the San Francisco Giants. Hopefully they can give Webby more than 2 or 3 runs of run support. But I have a feeling that tomorrow's going to be a very nice day for Logan Webb. Day game at Oracle Park. Webby's going to be feeling the vibes, feeling that nice bay breeze, the nice air from the bay, and just the beautiful sun rays that come down here in San Francisco. It's just been so nice out here these last couple days, the last couple weeks. Really, it's been remarkably nice weather in San Francisco. So Logan Webb, I'm feeling a good weather day for him tomorrow. I'm feeling a good day, a good vibe day for Logan Webb out at Oracle Park. The particles are just in the air. I can feel it. So the Giants pick up a win tonight. Everyone goes home happy, and I got to get out to the yard, man, and still got back in time to do the Locked On Giants postcast. So everyone gets a win today, and we can all go to sleep very, very happy tonight. That's all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Giants win 3-2. Hayden Birdsong soars in his first start of the season, and Willy Adames delivers the big hit for the Giants. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time. Peace.